Bryan fires back after former collaborator disses him. A full breakdown of the feud, fallout, and what comes next. In an industry where personal relationships often intertwine with creative partnerships, the fallout between country singer-songwriter Zach Bryan and former partner and internet personality Brianna Chicken-Free La Paglia has captured significant public attention. What began as a seemingly genuine romance turned turbulent breakup has morphed into a public feud involving diss tracks, social media accusations, and a broader conversation about fame, mental health, and accountability. This article dives deep into the events surrounding Zach Bryan's conflict with La Paglia, Barstool Sports founder Dave Portnoy, and their inner circle, exploring how the tension unfolded, what each party has said, and what this could mean for Bryan's future as an artist and public figure. A promising romance turned public breakup. Zach Bryan and Brianna LaPaglia, better known online as Chicken-Free, confirmed their relationship in the summer of 2023. The announcement generated buzz across both the music and influencer communities. Bryan, already a rising star in the Americana and country music scenes, appeared to be branching out socially through a high-profile connection with LaPaglia, a personality associated with Barstool Sports and known for her bold social commentary. By October 2024, the couple had split, and what followed was anything but amicable. LaPaglia claimed in a Barstool podcast that the relationship was emotionally damaging. She described Bryan as controlling, dismissive, and mentally abusive. These accusations were echoed and amplified by her peers, including Dave Portnoy, who quickly took to social media to defend LaPaglia and call Bryan out. The rise of diss tracks, Smallest Man, and Country Ditty. Things escalated quickly in November 2024 when Portnoy and fellow TikTok personality Josh Richards dropped a diss track titled Smallest Man. Though clearly intended as satire, the song accused Bryan of being manipulative and cowardly. It referenced his alleged emotional abuse and called into question his public image as a humble, heart-on-sleeve artist. The track was taken down shortly after its release, reportedly due to copyright concerns. But that wasn't the end of it. A follow-up diss track called Country Ditty was soon released. This time, Portnoy took full creative control, and the lyrics got even more direct, referring to Bryan as a sad cowboy hiding behind acoustic strings and criticizing him for playing mental health like a fiddle. Brianna LaPaglia fully supported the tracks, calling the second one lethal and remarking on social media that everyone needs a Dave to defend them. The song spread quickly online, with fans and critics alike debating whether it was an act of justified retaliation or simply public bullying. Zach Bryan's quiet retort and frustration with online trolls. While Bryan refrained from directly responding to the diss tracks, he didn't stay entirely silent. In January 2025, Bryan took to Instagram stories in a rare and emotional rant aimed at what he described as couch warriors, online trolls who had started harassing his friends and family based on rumors stemming from the LaPaglia fallout. "Stop attacking my people," Bryan wrote. "They got nothing to do with this. You're drawing conclusions from a headline and going after innocent folks. This is why I'm off the road. This is why I hate the spotlight." The post indicated that the stress from the situation had affected Bryan's mental well-being, contributing to his decision to pull back from touring in public life. Fans noted that he looked noticeably more withdrawn in recent months, and this candid moment confirmed that the singer was struggling behind the scenes. Bryan also emphasized that much of what was being said about him online was based on false or incomplete information. "You're not in the room. You weren't there," he wrote. Controversy over Taylor Swift tweet adds fuel to the fire. Amid the brewing conflict with LaPaglia and Barstool Sports, Bryan found himself in hot water again, this time over a tweet involving global pop icon Taylor Swift. In late 2024, Bryan posted a tweet comparing Swift unfavorably to Kanye West and likening the Eagles to the Kansas City Chiefs. The cryptic nature of the post, combined with its seemingly dismissive tone towards Swift, drew ire from her enormous fan base. Bryan later deleted the tweet and issued an apology, explaining that he had been drinking when he posted it and that it was never intended to be taken seriously. "Don't drink and tweet," he wrote in a follow-up post. "I've got nothing but respect for Taylor and for all musicians who are out there grinding." Though many fans accepted the apology, the incident added to a growing perception that Bryan was unraveling under the weight of fame and personal issues. New music amidst the drama. Despite the controversies, Bryan continued to release music. In November 2024, he dropped a new single titled, "This World's a Giant," the first track from his upcoming sixth studio album. The song is meditative, sparse, and deeply personal, qualities that have long defined Bryan's style. Critics praised the track for its vulnerability, with many interpreting its lyrics as a response to the emotional turmoil he's been facing. Lines like, "I've been searching for quiet in a world that won't hush and don't want the fame, just want peace," resonated with listeners familiar with his recent struggles. If anything, the song reaffirmed what fans love most about Bryan, his ability to turn pain into poetry. Yet the question remains, can he maintain this artistic integrity while fending off public scrutiny? Barstool Sports and the ethics of public shaming. The role of Barstool Sports in the Bryan debacle has sparked wider debate about the ethics of online callouts, diss tracks, and public shaming. Dave Portnoy, never one to shy away from controversy, defended his actions as loyalty to a friend. In interviews, he said that Bryan needed to be knocked down a peg and claimed that his diss tracks were humorous, not malicious. Critics disagreed. Many called the songs petty and mean-spirited, suggesting that they represented a form of modern-day cyberbullying. "It's one thing to defend a friend," one journalist wrote. "It's another to launch a coordinated campaign of humiliation." LaPaglia's supporters, however, argue that women often go unheard in these situations, and that Portnoy's platform helps shine a light on behavior that might otherwise have been dismissed. Mental health, fame, and accountability. One of the underlying themes in this story is mental health, both how it's used as a defense and how it's sometimes wielded as a weapon. Bryan has spoken candidly in the past about his struggles with anxiety and depression. His songwriting frequently addresses topics like emotional exhaustion, self-doubt, and the loneliness of fame. But critics have accused him of using mental health as an excuse for poor behavior, especially in light of LaPaglia's claims. It's a complicated issue. On one hand, mental health should never be stigmatized or weaponized. On the other, it cannot absolve someone of responsibility for their actions, particularly in personal relationships. This tension highlights a broader cultural shift as more celebrities speak openly about their mental health while also being held to higher standards of personal conduct. What comes next for Bryan? As of early 2025, Bryan has remained largely off the radar, aside from his new single and occasional Instagram posts. He's focused on his upcoming album and has indicated that he plans to tour again once he feels emotionally and mentally ready. Whether this public feud will have a lasting impact on his career remains to be seen. If history is any guide, fans often rally behind artists who show vulnerability and resilience. But the music industry, like the public at large, can be unforgiving. Bryan's situation offers a cautionary tale about fame, digital conflict, and the challenges of maintaining authenticity in an increasingly online world. Conclusion. The feud between Bryan, Brianna LaPaglia, and Barstool Sports founder Dave Portnoy is about more than a breakup. It reflects the complexities of celebrity relationships, the blurred lines between public and private life, and the modern mechanisms of online drama. Bryan may not have fired back with a diss track of his own, but his quiet resistance through music, honesty, and a step back from the spotlight may be the most powerful response of all. Whether the public sees him as a flawed but evolving artist or someone who has crossed a line will depend largely on what he does next, and whether his music can continue to speak louder than the noise.